Hello everyone, this is Lights Out Ace with another smooth listening Combrei ASMR video. A few things have changed since the last time I played Combrei. We've got no stand-togethers, fars everywhere, so we're just playing some Vanquishes and some Vanquisher's Blades. Takes care of all the scary units out of FJS, and Vanquisher's Blade also good against Scream. Stand-together is weakest against Var and against aggro. That's mostly what we've been seeing, so no stand-together. Still 4 Sword of Unity though, that card's messed up. Also, not everyone's playing 4 Annihilates anymore, so we swapped a few of our Copper Hall elites into Sheriff Marley's. She does a few more things, you know, draws some little 1/1s, can silence things. Should be a good time. Alright, let's hop into some nice, smooth, easy gameplay here, and let's just relax, sit back, and have a good time slamming some overcosted, thick fatties ahead of curve, and just beating our opponent into submission with our delightful, undercosted giant guys. Alright, that hand only had 1 power, so we're going to send it back. This one needs a time source really badly. But you know, we play a lot of power in our deck for a reason. It's because you want to draw it. We want to get up to 6 on turn 6. We want to play our Teachers of Humility on turn 2, so we should be okay. Alright, opponent is accelerating much faster than us. I have but a lowly 2/2, so we'll see how this goes. If opponent has a torch here, it's certainly looking really bad for us. Seek Power makes you think, well, actually both Praxis tokens and Big Praxis play Seek Power, so that doesn't really tell me anything. We still don't know what they're up to. Good old Trogdor, burninating the countryside, burninating the peasants. Alright, so this is either a 5-drop a la World Bear Behemoth or a Xenon Obelisk, depending on what our opponent is on. We'll find out shortly. Alright, well, we didn't draw power, so this game is over, but we can still just relax for a minute and just keep calm and see what our opponent's up to. Oh, I see that it's Praxis tokens, so I really do feel bad giving a win to this piece of shit opponent here, playing this garbage deck that shouldn't exist and that makes the game a worse place just for existing, but you know, everybody has their own choices to make in life and they have to live with the consequences of those choices. I could have gone Justice for the Valkyrie Enforcer here, but I'm hoping that I can double spell, and there's a Justice right there anyways, so we do get to double spell with our Vanquish plus our Teacher of Humility, so that's good. And opponent did get a Predatory Carnosaur instead of an Obelisk, so we're not out of things yet. Though they are at 8 power, so if they do have an Obelisk, we're in big trouble. Alright, looks like they are sending a rally our way, but I will make them use it by blocking one of these. So they just trade a rally for this. Oh, looks like they don't have one, just a Heart of the Vault. So I missed the kill on a 1/1. Last card, Heart of the Vault, is pretty good, but if we draw power, we have Vanquisher's Blade. And if not, you know, we still have Valkyrie Enforcer. It's not terrible. That lets us play a stand together off the Sword Unity. I think that is a keep. So I'm going to take 6 damage right here, but then I'm going to gain 6 right back and have a nice large Teacher of Humility to block. An opponent won't have any way to interact with this with their presumably only Carnosaur gone and out. So I think we just slam it, and then next turn we can Vanquisher's Blade. I think it's more important to get an Aegis going right now, just to make extra certain that nothing bad can happen to our units. Look, we're even winning the race. If opponent wants to slam and suicide these, they can. They get in 4 extra damage, but then I'll really sew it up with another Vanquisher's Blade. Obelisk is the scary card now. I think I have to do this. And Obelisk isn't even game over either. I can block one of these and I take 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20 damage. I'm at 25. It's not the end of the world. And opponent is on a 2-turn clock. Now, Rally and Obelisk both do the same amount of damage, so the math is the same either way. And actually that's lethal right there. Alright, it does feel good to take down that Praxis token scum in the first game. Despite missing our 3rd power for a couple turns, Combrei aggro is still good. Also, just very relaxing to play. I feel like you can really lean back, sort of turn your brain off. You don't have to really think too hard, you know? You play your expensive guys. You play your large guys that aren't that expensive on curve. You play some weapons on them. You attack with them. It's really, it's calming. It's therapeutic. Let's move into our next game here and see what our next opponent has to offer us. As long as they aren't playing practice tokens, I hope they're having a wonderful time playing the game. And I hope that they enjoy playing against me, regardless of the outcome. Win or lose, we're all in this together. We're playing Eternal. We're playing some units, playing some weapons on those units. And we're being calm, we're being nice. Alright, well, this doesn't have any undepleted power, so I'm going to send it back and hope to find a faster hand. I'm going to lean with Crownwatch Standard as a power here, because I want to curve out with my strong units. And we do get to be on the play. It's very nice for a deck like this, with so many large undercosted units. Budget Buffalo. Probably not playing a budget deck if they're all the way up in Diamond. Alright, looks like we're up against another Granite Drone deck, but as you saw in the last game, that's not a problem for us. We have a lot of cheap blockers that can hold them back, and then we have some evasion and eventually Sword of Unity to win the race. If they attack, I'm certainly going to block, willing to trade this for any trick that they have, so one of my better units might live later. Alright, looks like this one is Skycrag aggro, not Praxis tokens. So they have both Permafrost and Torch. However, those cards are somewhat weak against Valkyrie Enforcer. So this is immune to Torch. Then if they Permafrost it, I can silence it with Valkyrie Enforcer and free it. I played Siraf before Auric Record Keeper because I'd rather play Auric Record Keeper when I already have a unit in play, so that in the unfortunate circumstance that she were to die, I would get to give +1/+1 to one of my other units. And here I'm going to Record Keeper instead of Enforcer. Silencing Crunch would be nice, but I do want to save this for post-Permafrost. And even if they had a Permafrost, they probably would have played Crunch before it. So this is Haunted Highway, not Skycrag. Carrington Merchant. So the thing to look out for now is a Madness Combust sort of combo. So we want to leave a lot of units back until we find a Sword of Unity to protect our units. We're also insulated from combat tricks like Torch with our Finest Hour. I'm basically only looking for Sword of Unity here, but I'd also keep a good unit. I won't keep a power though. So they don't play Permafrost, so I could play Vulcan Enforcer and silence either the Crunch or the Carrington Merchant. The Crunch isn't a huge concern since I have two large blockers. I could silence this to get rid of the Deadly and then perhaps double spell 2 units with the Teacher's Melee later, so I'm going to do that. Also, Flying Blocker is nice for if they Scream later. However, they don't have anything in their Void now, so this is probably not going to be around to block Scream. I'm likely getting Madness Combusted since they played the Merchant to find whatever half of the combo they were missing. Really, this is going to come down to whether I find a Sword of Unity in the next 4 or 5 turns. If I do, I'll win easily. If I don't, we might be in for a little bit of a rough time. Just combusting pre-combat. They want to buff their Crunch so that it can attack. Which is cute, but I'm just going to Finest Hour and eat it. So they can Scream this now, but using their Scream to draw 2, discard 1 is basically just to strategize, so it's not a huge deal. It does power up their future Dark Returns, I suppose. I have a blocker back, so I can probably afford to attack with this, although if they play a Bandit Queen, I'd like to have an extra blocker, so I'll just continue sitting back in the Sword of Unity waiting room. Could be that I'm being too passive here, but they don't have that many cards, and they haven't had a good opportunity to play Bandit Queen yet. Alright, Haunting Scream, so like I said before, they're going to draw 2, discard 1, but it's basically just a fancy strategize, unless they have future Dark Returns, because then this will still retain the flying in charge, or maybe even Berserk, depending on what they discard. But they just discard a power. It looks like they drew a whole lot of power off that. That's good for us. They're running low on gas. They can't do any more Madness combos. So Crunch is fairly weak to Teacher of Humility. I think I'm okay trading Teacher for 2 units because that weakens Bandit Queen. Although they only have 1 blocker for this Crunch, which is a little bit harrowing. I might be out of units completely for all of my weapons, so I'm actually just going to pass here and trade the teacher for this crunch. Alright, Shakedown removes my Vanquish, but this isn't a matchup that has many good targets, and I'm more than happy to just draw an extra card off Nightfall. They are playing Permafrost. Alright, well, let's draw another Valkyrie Enforcer, I suppose. I'm all the way down to 10 here. Alright, well, I drew a unit to block, but opponent gets 2 draws here, so they're likely to find something to put some more pressure on me. This is looking pretty bad now, unless I draw a Valkyrie Enforcer or a Sword of Unity specifically. Funnily enough, we're actually at the stage of the game now where a stand together would be good to protect my units from Madness Lethals. But we're not playing those, so we just have to hope that we draw those swords. Sword is a very messed up card, on the level of Heart of the Vault, in terms of just how overstuffed it is with skills and abilities, and for a fairly low cost and just a couple influence. Alright, I'm going to protect that. It's my last unit. If I don't use the Finest Hour now, I won't have anything to use it on. Alright, well, here's where that Haunting Scream from earlier does come back to bite us, because now they get a Flying Charge crunch. So definitely possible I should have not silenced this and silenced the crunch, but I was thinking I was going to turn the corner and start attacking pretty soon. But then I just didn't draw any units past my opening hand, so we're kind of stuck here. Alright, I'm going down to 3 life here. Opponent doesn't have too many torches left, but every Haunting Scream and Torch and Madness in their deck is going to be lethal now. Alright, whatever card in their hand is better than a crunch. Alright, and we just drew Initiate of Sands, so that will be it. I guess I'll get one final attack in there. Just to show them that, you know, you may have beaten me, but that doesn't mean I can't get my licks in. So take 3 damage. And they gave the nice BM taunt. They probably think they're pretty cool, defeating top 100 in both ranked and draft player Lights Out Ace. I imagine they're actually pretty happy with themselves. I know that when I played other games, whenever I got matched up against a well-known personality, I would feel happy when I beat them. And even in Eternal, when I've gotten matched up against LSV or Patrick Chapin, I've been excited to beat them. It's a fun feeling. So I don't begrudge my opponent that BM mode at all. They earned it. They beat me. We're all in this together, alright? Xenon Life Speaker, interesting. Alright, well, I was going to play the Crest, but Joe initiated the Sam, so next turn I can play Crest and still play my teacher. If they do play Avara's Favor and kill this Initiate, that does set me back a full turn of doing nothing, but we gotta take the risks. Xenon Initiation also does. Alright, so I just skip my turn here. Oh, or I don't. I'm also very lucky. I don't have a thing to play on turn 3, but threatening the disciplinary weights against a deck that's certainly playing Auric Interrogator, definitely worth doing and foregoing a turn. Alright, Aurelian Merchant. That'll be able to block the teacher, and I assume they will block. I think I'm still going to run the bluff attack, though, just to see how they react. Ooh, any unit they fetch will have lifesteal, too. That's a pretty cute interaction. Alright, Siraf's a good threat. I will keep that. I've got the power I need to play all these Vanquisher's Blades already. They might actually just activate this, so I won't be able to block anyways, so I'm going to attack and see what happens. Alright, they block as expected, but I don't mind taking 2 damage here. And if they do just activate the Life Speaker, I can silence their Aurelian Merchant and then Vanquisher's Blade this next turn. Alright, so they're not activating Life Speaker. They have better things to do. Ooh, Katra the Devoted. That's spicy. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Alright, so opponent has proven a willingness to block, so I'm not even going to try to attack with Teacher here. I'm just going to play Valkyrie Enforcer, silence the Katra, and force them to activate their Life Speaker if they want to attack this turn. This red deck might also be playing Dark Return, so Vanquisher's Blade might have a little bit of extra utility. They're also likely playing Annihilate or Vanquish, so whatever I put the blade on could also die very easily. Looks like they're initiating the Katra, and they're going to kill my Valkyrie Enforcer. So what would I like to do here? Do I want to just Vanquisher's Blade this, or do I want to play Siraf? Well, if I play Siraf, they can activate this and attack me for quite a bit of damage for 9, so I think I'll just put the blade on here, kill a Katra. It's kind of a loose use of the first blade, but I have a second one if they play another big fatty. It also turns off Dark Return. It also lets me attack here. They're likely just going to chump block, but getting rid of one of their units is never a bad thing, especially when I'm at 23 and can easily afford the crackback. Alright, opponent drawing more power. That's good for me. Generally, a Life Force deck doesn't need more than 5 power. I wonder if they're playing like Shadowlands Guide to bring this back, or if it's just there to give a little extra Life Force synergy. Alright, there's the banish, as expected. And we've got a follow-up Siraf. Force him to activate if they want to attack again. Also getting fairly close to being able to activate Siraf. Would be sort of a loss of value to play a weapon on this and then start exhausting it to summon random units, but I think the value is certainly worth it. Alright, an opponent is also flooding out a little bit. This has turned into a pretty low resource game. Neither of us have a whole lot going on. Oh, they have yet another fast spell. I wonder if this is another banish or if it's just an annihilate. Alright, it is another banish. So I don't need to play this. I can save it for a Awakened Student, possibly. And we're just in top deck mode. Opponent gets the first draw, but I have a Finest Hour, so any unit I draw will beat any unit they draw. And there we are right there. Awakened Student, not so buff yet, but this means that all my draws are good. A power lets me attack through the merchant, and a unit is obviously great because it's a unit. I think I will use the Finest Hour here. No, opponent not giving me the chance, so let's play another Siraf. Alright, well now a power is absolutely excellent. Lets me start summoning some doubled statted units. Opponent's got nothing. Sword of Unity. Let's put that here, because I want the bigger unit to be the one that I'm going to be attacking with every turn. I'm going to stop attacking with this if I draw a power. And both of them are big enough to attack through both of these. So let's just sort up our guy, and we'll get in there for a clean 10 points, gain 6 health. Alright, a lifesteal interrogator, but only 4 strength, so we're pretty safe there. Alright, well, with 2 pump effects in hand, I feel pretty safe attacking with both. We can blow out any double block sort of thing. They both have Overwhelm, so none of this damage is wasted. Had to use both to set this state alive. So I gained 16, dealt 9. It's looking pretty grim for our opponent now. They don't have enough cards in hand for any Katra combos to really go off. Sanctuary Priest is pretty much a non-card in a low-resource game like this one. And that's that. Another victory for the buff Combrei units, pumped up by Sword of Unity. As you can see, playing Sword of Unity has almost 100% correlation to winning the game shortly after. That card is messed up. Anyways, I hope that everyone had a wonderful time. Hope that everyone is feeling sort of calmed, releasing the stresses of the world, just sitting back and enjoying some Eternals. So go forth in the world, be happy, and don't worry about it. Don't stress out. Everything is going to be okay. I'll see you next time. I'm Lights Out Ace, signing out.